This is a presentation of Northeast Streaming Sports.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Philly Sports Guy Show. Today is Tuesday, July 12th, and we are broadcasting live on YouTube and Roku TV as part of the Northeast Streaming Sports Network. Good morning, everybody. Let's get right down to the business of the business. Yesterday, the Phillies got beat 6-1 by the Cardinals. They started off strong. Hoskins gets a home run, first inning, knocks one out. And then after that, they just could not score any more runs. It's apropos because they just cannot seem to get any runs for Nola. Every time he pitches, I think there was only one game where they actually scored some runs. Every other time, it's just a fight for him. And, he gives up not his best outing. He gives up 5 runs in 7 innings. Or 5 earned runs in 7 innings, 7 hits, 7 Ks, no walks, and 7 innings pitched. So he falls to 5 and 7. Miles Mikolas gets the win. 7.1 innings pitched, gives up 6 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, 5 Ks. So this series they wind up tying with the Cardinals. I think the Cardinals come back to even with them. I think the Phillies do have the percentage point right now because they have 2 games in hand against the Cardinals for that last wild card spot. But an opportunity was missed there. Along with that, the Mets wind up playing the Braves, and the Mets win that game 4-1. So they would have been able to gain some ground on the Braves. They did not. Scherzer pitches great. Another great outing, 7 innings, 3 hits, giving up 1 run, 9 Ks. So since he's been back, he's thrown 20 Ks. And the Mets actually give him a little bit of help. They get 4 runs on that. Riley had a home run for Atlanta. Guillaume gets a home run there, and Pete Alonso gets a couple of RBIs for them. So now I believe that puts the Mets 8 games in front of the Phillies, and we stay, I think, 4 games back in the wild card from the Braves. So still got some more work to do. The Phillies, you're not going to win every game. It's a shame that they lost the back 2 games of this series when they started off really strong. Cardinals are a fairly good team. They haven't been playing the best as of right now, but there's still time left to go. The Phillies will start today. They go up to Toronto and are hosted by the Toronto Blue Jays, where we're going to see Andrew Bellotti, who has been pitching in the bullpen lately. He's going to get his start against Jose Barrios. He had a 6-4 record. Andrew Bellatti's got a 1-3 record, 3.14 ERA. I have a feeling this is going to be a bullpen game, so he's going to pitch a couple of innings. Blah blah blah. Jose Barrios is 6-4, just about 90 innings pitched, 5.44 ERA. So we should be able to hit the ball here against this team. The Blue Jays are 4th right now in the AL and holding the last wild card spot. But they, on paper, have a much better team. They should be competing with the Yankees and the Red Sox, and they're just not doing it. So I expect that manager is on the hot seat right now in Toronto because on paper, they were listed to be the number 1 team in the AL East. The Yankees are playing out of their minds, but the Blue Jays should be playing a lot better right now. Right now, they'd be 1 game behind the Phillies. The Phillies got a 46-41 record. And the Blue Jays are 45-42. So, and in retrospect, just to see where they are, I'm going to go right to their standings in Major League Baseball so that we can kind of see where everybody's at. This phone is killing me today. It's killing me. There we go. Standings. The Blue Jays are 16.5 games back. The Yankees are 14.5 games up on everybody else in the AL East with a record of 61-25. And so they are by far the best team in Major League Baseball. There's nobody even close. The closest would be the Dodgers at 56-29. So, and going with this, the Phillies are 8 games back against the Mets. The Braves dropped to 2.5 games back. And so, and in the wild card standings, the Phillies do still hold that wild card spot. We are 3 games behind the Padres and 5 games behind the Braves. So, but the Cardinals are breathing down our neck, and so are the Giants with a record of 43-42. And the Marlins, yes, the Miami Marlins are still in the mix here. So it really is anybody, rounding out the back end. You got the Diamondbacks, they ain't got a chance. The Rockies, no chance. The Pirates, no chance. And they're with 7, 8, and 9 games back, respectively, in the wild card spot. So I don't really think that there's anything happening there. Just to give you an idea on the leaders, like batting average leaders and stuff like that, I used to check this stuff. Back when I was a kid, I used to love going through all of the stuff. I would check to see who was leading in the AL, NL, who's got the top batting average, who's got the most amount of hits, who's got the most home runs in the leagues. So let's start with the National League. The number 1 batting average right now is held by Goldschmidt on the Cardinals. He's got a 335 average. Number 2 is our man on injured reserve, Bryce Harper, with a 318, followed by McNeil with a 311 from the Mets. Machado has got a 310, and Horner's 306 from the Cubs. The most amount of hits, obviously, is Goldschmidt. He's got 107 hits. Second place is Turner with 103 and Freeman with 102. So they are, and then of course Swanson with 101 from Atlanta. So just imagine if Freeman was still part of Atlanta, and he's really unhappy with not being with Atlanta still. So you got 2 Dodgers with over 100 hits, and then of course Swanson, who took over for Freeman, has also got over 100 hits. The home run leaders in the National League is the Schwarberian, Kyle Schwarber. He's got 28 home runs. Second place is Riley with 24. Pete Alonso's got 23. Walker with the Diamondbacks has 21. And Cron from the Rockies has 20. The most runs batted in, Pete Alonso with 72, followed by Cron with 67. Goldschmidt with 65, Turner 61, and Lindor with 60. So 2 Mets with over 60 RBIs. The amount of runs scored, the leader in the clubhouse again, Kyle Schwarber with 61 runs scored, followed by Goldschmidt, who also has 61, and Mookie Betts 60. So those are the guys with over 60 runs scored. Stolen bases. I'm going to hit this guy here. John Berti has got the most stolen bases, and he is a Marlin. He is got 27 stolen bases. He's the only one with even over 20. So stolen bases is a lost art. I remember back in the late 80s, Vince Coleman would be stealing bases all the time. And then his name always escapes me, but he played for the A's forever and was just the king of stolen bases. Like, he would just steal bases. In fact, he wound up they wound up giving him his, I think it was his 2000th stolen base. I mean, he was just unheard of. Rickey Henderson, that's him. I knew that name was going to come to me. Rickey Henderson was stealing bases, and these guys would steal somewhere close to 80 to 100 bases a year. This is a lost art. My thought is that if you can stretch a single into a double, they want you to do it. But if you could steal second base, you're going to get caught sometimes. But I think the analytics are usually wrong with that. I would like to see more stolen bases done. So he's the leader in the clubhouse in the National League with 27 stolen bases. The best ERA in National League is from Tony Gonsolin from the Dodgers. He is 11-0 right now. So, he is just crushing it. He's got a 1.62 ERA. The only other person is with under a 2 ERA is Sandy Alcantara. And I think he is the best pitcher in the National League right now. Now, Scherzer's going to have something to say about that. He's been hurt. But Sandy Alcantara, he's a Marlin. I can imagine that he is soon to be a Yankee or a Red Sox or quite possibly an Angel. I feel like that the Angels have been waiting for somebody to come along. And the Marlins are not going to be able to keep him. Rounding out the bottom half of that, the top 5, Musgrove with the Padres has got a 209. Burns with Milwaukee has got a 2.2, and Zach Wheeler has got a 2.46. Strikeouts. Leader in the clubhouse in the National League is Burns with a 134. Aaron Nola, our own Aaron Nola, has 127. Rodon is 124. Sandy Alcantara's got 111. And old man Charlie Morton, 108 strikeouts. So it's good to see he's still doing it down there. He was an ex-Philly. I don't like the fact that he's doing it for the Braves, but it is what it is. The wins, the most amount of wins in the National League, Gonsolin, who is 11-0, he is definitely trying to fight for his Cy Young for the first half of the season. And then you have Wright and Fried, both 10 and 9 wins. There's Kyle Wright. It's killing me. This phone wants to kill me. Come on. There we go. There we are. Let's go back down to here. And Fried, both with the Braves, 10 and 9 wins. Between them, 19 wins. There's a reason why the Braves are playing very well baseball, very good baseball. Anderson has 9 wins. So 2 Dodgers round out the top. Of course, when you're winning games, you're going to have pitchers that win. So they got 20 wins between the 2 of them, Anderson and Gonsolin. And then Carrasco's got 9 as well. The saves leader is a Milwaukee Brewer. He's got 26 saves. Rogers got 24 for the Padres. Jansen 20, and they're the ones that have the most saves in the National League and have over 20 going forward. Here, let's go to a commercial break we're going to do get our sponsors in here, including the Dream Ride event. You guys have been seeing this commercial. This is something I'm going to be there, a part of. This is a great organization, so please donate if you can to this organization. You could find them, Google them, or you could even show up. It's in Fairfield or somewhere in Connecticut. I'm saying it's Fairfield, but I could be wrong. Anyways, it's going to be a great event. I'm going to be in attendance. It's going to be a lot of fun. So please pay attention, and we'll be right back.
The Hometown Foundation is excited to bring back the Dream Ride experience, August 26th to the 28th at Connecticut's Farmington Polo Club. Join us in celebrating the accomplishments of our Dream Riders while enjoying live music, a car and motorcycle show, family fun zone, pet adoptions, canine demonstrations, the Fireman's Chili Cook-Off, and much, much more. Get your tickets today.
What's up, everybody? Philly Sports Guy here, and I'm here at the Media Primo Hoagies with my main man, Brandon. And I tell you, he just started an Instagram, so if you're hungry for a hoagie, you want to come to the Media spot in downtown Media is where you'll find Brandon making these hoagies fresh for you. And trust me, it's not just a hoagie, it's a Primo. Yeah!
I mean, you can see right now, without LeBron, Lakers are struggling.
Let me tell you about a team I hate, all right? I know the Dallas Cowboys fan is here, so I had to make sure he knew how much I hate this team.
I'm ready.
I've often said that the people who run baseball, they try very hard to ruin it.
I'm from Brooklyn. I don't have a problem saying it to his face. Oh, I'm from Brooklyn. Hey, isn't he?
And we're back. And look at me getting the music right and everything. And also, just so that everybody knows, I am still doing the Philly Sports Guy experience. You can only get that with Philly Sports Trips. So if you're looking to go to any Philadelphia sporting event, whether it be the Eagles, the Flyers, the Sixers, the Phillies, the Union, and soon to be some of the other sports as well, we are going to be able to do that, and you could do it and see these games with me, the Philly Sports Guy, and you can get the whole Philly Sports Guy experience. You could sit where I sit. You could do what I do. We'll do the tailgates. We'll do the TikToks. We'll do the game, and you're going to get to deal with the loudest fan in all of sports right next to you. We'll even paint your face if you're up for it. Again, it's a small amount of charge for the memories that you're going to get going to a game. You have not experienced a sporting event until you've experienced sitting right next to the Philly Sports Guy. So definitely go to phillysportstrips.com/TPSG and get all the details from there. Anyways, back to the business of the business. Now let's go to the American League. So as of right now, the American League, you're going to hear a number of things here that really kind of surprise me. And, some things are going to surprise and some things are not going to surprise. I feel like that there's going to be a lot of Yankees on this list because the Yankees are killing it right now. However, when you start with the batting averages, the highest batting average right now is 348, and that's Arias from the Twins. So no Yankee. And then when you got Devers, Bogarts, and Martinez. All three of them are Red Sox. Not one Yankee in the top five in the batting average. Interesting. The most amount of hits, Devers with 106, Arias with 100, and everybody else below that has got under 100 hits. Again, not a Yankee in the top five. Surprising. The one spot where you do have a Yankee in the top spots, home runs. Aaron Judge, is definitely making his play here to try to become the MVP of the American League. He is just crushing it. He's got 30 home runs. Alvarez is got 26. And who's Alvarez play for? And he's injured right now. He's playing for Houston. He's got 26 home runs. Mike Trout, Philly native. I know Millville native. So everybody from Millville, calm down. I'm counting you as part of Philadelphia. 24 home runs. Buxton with 23, and Rizzo, another Yankee, with 22 home runs. Yeah, of course, he hits it on that short porch where there's the only home runs that you can get are in Yankee Stadium. Everywhere else, they wouldn't be home runs. RBIs. Jose Ramirez from Cleveland has the most, 66 RBI. Aaron Judge, 65. Alvarez, 60. Tucker, 59, and Story with 58 from the Red Sox. Amount of runs scored, Aaron Judge, 67. He's the only one with over 60. Then you have Devers with 59, Alvarez, 57, Mike Trout, 55, and Bogarts with 51. Stolen bases, again, only 2 guys above 20. And again, this is a shame, but we have in the leader in the clubhouse, a Baltimore Oriole, 21 from, I want to say it's Jorge Mateo, the shortstop over there. And just to say, I don't know if they did they win yesterday? I'll go back and check that in a few minutes here. But they were on a 7-game winning streak. So even Baltimore's playing a little bit better. It's good to see them get that back in order over there because they've just stunk out loud for a long time over there. Then you have Jose Rodriguez, the only other guy who's tied with Mateo with 21 stolen bases, and he plays for Seattle. The best ERA in the clubhouse is Shane McClanahan, and he's playing for the Tampa Bay Rays. He's got a 1.73 ERA, and Justin Verlander at dead 2 ERA, still throwing it. That guy has got to be close to my age. And I'm going to be 50 this year. He ain't that old, but I bet you he's got to be every bit of 36, 37 years old and still kicking it. Some of these good pitchers, I love that they are able to stand the test of time. Like I grew up in the era of Nolan Ryan, and I'm going to mention this name, and people will probably laugh because it definitely shows my age. Phil Niekro, that guy was pitching at Jamie Moyer. Both of those are the exact same type of pitcher, throwing 60 miles an hour, still striking people out, throwing that knuckleball that's just all over the place and still striking people out. People could not hit it. So I like Verlander is still throwing the heat, though. I love that. He's like a Nolan Ryan type guy. Even Roger Clemens. Roger Clemens was also somebody who was able to just do some things. I know he might have been taking some really good vitamins to be able to do those things, but he definitely had the desire to win games, and that's really what matters the most. Shane McClanahan, 141 strikeouts, leads the American League. And then you have Cease with 133. It's a shame. Obviously, he is not playing very well. He's playing very well, but just he's not able to get many wins playing for the White Sox. I have a feeling that he is going to get a big contract from somewhere else. This is where in the American League, you see these players always getting plucked by some of the higher price play. Not that the White Sox are not a small market team. They do in Chicago, but I kind of feel that he's possibly somebody who could be trade bait moving forward because you could get a big haul from him. You have then Cole with 124, Ray with the Mariners with 123, and Ohtani. Yes, Ohtani. You don't see him in the home runs, but you do see him in the strikeouts with 111. And the wins, Verlander. He picks up his 11th win. Let's see if I could find out what his record is. He's 11-1, 10-1. Let's see. He is only given up 11 runs. He's 11-3 right now. So still, like I said, with the Astros, just pitching amazing. It's a shame Detroit got rid of him. He was probably their best. And then you have Gilbert with 10 wins as well. So everybody else has got under 10 wins. And the amount of saves, nobody is over 20. You do have Clace. Who's he play for? Emmanuel Clace is a I was going to say Cleveland Indian, but he's a Guardian. He's a Guardian. And okay, it's not that guy. I thought it was an ex-Philly who was doing that. Romano with 18 saves. So, like I said, that's your rundown. Looks like right now that the NL and the AL are about tied for the league leads in these categories. So it'll be an interesting All-Star break that's going to be coming up here very soon. And we're going to have two All-Stars that are on the Phillies. Schwarber, of course, who is going to be also in the home run derby, and Harper, who is going to be on injured reserve, but definitely was an All-Star, was definitely doing everything he could to become an MVP again this year. Just hitting the ball like he knows how. And unfortunately, he is hurt. In other sports news, the one thing that I have to mention is Johnny Hockey. The news came around about Johnny Hockey that he is going to be able to have a conversation with the Flyers starting tomorrow. He is not able to talk to the Flyers right now. The agents are not able to talk to the franchises because of the new collective bargaining agreement till Wednesday when free agents opens. Before, they used to be able to talk to them at the end of the season. They're not allowed to do that now. They are giving these teams the ability to sign these players before they get to free agency. But Johnny Hockey is going to become a free agent. And, he did get offered 8 years, $9.5 million from Calgary. So Calgary definitely wants to keep him. But the reason why I'm bringing him up right now is because the Flyers are also, the Flyers have talked about wanting to sign him forever. He's been in the talks about trading with him. They want to sign for the rights to be able, they wanted to trade for the rights of him, but Calgary did not want to do it because they want to offer the 8 years. The Flyers also want to offer 8 years, but you cannot, the only team that can offer 8 years is Calgary, or the one that owns his rights. Everybody else can only offer 7 years. So he's 29 years old. He's an okay goal scorer. He's a good goal scorer. He's a good hockey player, and he's a Philly fan. He's been a Flyers fan his entire life. He's wanted to play for the Flyers. But Flyers ain't got no money. They ain't got no money. Right now they have $110,000 left to sign 4 players. And of course, this Ellis thing is going to wind up putting him on long-term injured reserve. Who knows what's going to happen with him? I don't think Ellis is ever going to play in a Flyers uniform. We have so many bad contracts that we could have maybe made a deal or two to get something before we signed Tony DeAngelo. But now we only have $110,000. So I don't know what they're going to be able to do to try to sign Johnny Hockey. But once Johnny Hockey signs his contract, if he doesn't sign with the Flyers, he's never going to be a Flyer. And I feel that this is, again, just an issue with Fletcher and the way this organization is run. They are just run haphazard, and they give bad contracts to players that are too old. And to be honest, a 7-year contract for a 29-year-old player is not something I'm interested in doing, especially when they're locking up $10 million a year, which is what that he would really command to do. So I'm not sure that it's necessary that we get Johnny Hockey. For that guy, we could probably sign 2 or even 3 players that could possibly shoot the puck and put the puck in the net. So I wish Johnny Hockey all of the best. I hope and pray he does not become a Jersey Devil, because I know that they are in the mix for that. But we will see as of tomorrow. Anyways, again, our half hour is up. Thank you very much. You'll be able to watch this again at 11:30 and 2:30 today. So please definitely tune in every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday from 9 to 9:30. And as always, let's go Philly. Yeah.